Hey everyone. So this is another episode of Around the Table GTA. It's funny. I probably did like 5 takes of this, and I kept saying around the T. Right, but there's no T in this episode. This episode is about starting your day off right, and kind of like what I do to try to keep my day on a positive note, or at least in a note of where I'll be excited or have like the most amount of energy to conquer the day. So I looked outside today and it was pretty crazy. Yesterday it was gloomy, but some gloomy weather I like. But today there was snow on the ground, and we're almost at the end of April, and it's just sometimes you're just like, why is there snow? Because 2 days ago it was really sunny outside. It was warm. It was shorts weather, and now um, there's snow on the ground. Right? It's cold. You got to get your sweater. Like yesterday, because of all the crazy things that happened, I ended up cleaning a lot. So um, what I kind of do to clear up my room and my wardrobe and everything, it's spring cleaning, but it's also just packing things right. So when it's getting closer to the summer seasons, I start to pack away all my winter clothes, and vice versa. When it's getting colder, I start packing away my summer clothes so that it it doesn't just take up all the space, right? So like I'll put it in my suitcase or something so that when it's time to have those kind of clothes, I'll just bring them out, right? I have a lot of clothes too, so um, I usually take a portion out and donate it or send it back home, right? Just do something with it. I'm not gonna throw it out, especially if it's still useful, right? But anyways, back to starting your day off right. Your mood affects your day, and your mood also affects your outlook on life. So even for me, on regular days, I have 3 alarms. So I have one alarm that's ridiculously early. So that's like 1.5 hours before I have to get ready for work. And then my second alarm is an hour before I have to get ready for work. And then my next alarm is like 20 minutes before I have to get ready for work, right? So I have a huge amount of time for buffer just in case anything happens, right? Whether I wake up and, there's a snowstorm or an ice storm like years and years ago, or, I wake up and I feel weird, so I want to go back to sleep. I kind of use it kind of like a restart button, right? So instead of hitting snooze 1,500 times, I hit snooze once. I'll get a good portion of more sleep. Let's say I just felt more tired than usual, right? I'll go back to sleep. But usually I wake up before my first alarm, so it doesn't really bug me, right? I wake up before the alarm, I disable it. So I could just lie there and I just kind of stay in my thoughts to see, do I want to go to sleep or do I want to start my day? So sometimes I'll get up early and I'll start doing something, and then something will just like ruin how I feel, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to sleep and wake up later because I'm not feeling this, right? And it's something that it goes a long way if you really think about it, because like when you start off with a bad day, like say you wake up and you stub your toe and you're like, my toe, right? Or you wake up and you get like a really lame message or text, and it kind of changes how you feel, right? And do you really want to carry that burden throughout the whole day? I know going to sleep doesn't change the fact that it's still the same day, but it kind of refreshes your mind, refreshes your body, and you could just kind of start anew. That's what I do, anyways, and it's something that's helped me push through worse days, right? Or even if you wake up and you hate the rain and it's just raining, right? You could be like, oh, it's raining, and you could go back to sleep. And when you wake up, you're going to know that it's raining outside. So it can't really ruin your mood because you already know what's what's happening, right? I'm gonna make this episode a little bit shorter because it's just something that I do, right? But you know, ultimately, with what I'm trying to say is starting your day off right is at the end of the day you have to embrace your feelings, right? And if or either embrace your feelings or you ignore your feelings, right? But you know how you feel when or act when you're happy, you're sad, you're mad. And if you don't, talk to some friends. They'll give you some good advice if they're good friends, right? They'll let you know how you act. And you could use that to project your day and, protect yourself from doing something that will ruin your day even more, right? Some people, yeah, they don't understand that they add more fuel to the fire when they're in a bad mood, right? So it's really good to try to figure out ways to reset your mood, right? In a certain department where I work, anytime that I was in a bad mood, no one started to work until they could get me to like laugh or smile, right? And a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you shouldn't tell someone to smile or laugh or lighten up, but those small gestures, there's a chemical balance that affects you, and it could change how you are, right? I've gone half asleep to work. I've gone super grumpy to work, and it's just one word or one gesture or even like a dumb message that could completely change my outlook for the day, and that one thing could send me to the moon and back, right? So, embrace your feelings, make sure you start your day off right every day, and you'll have a more positive outlook on life. And maybe someone will notice that change and it'll spark a conversation that you didn't expect. Anyways, that's it. I think this episode is actually shorter than my intro episode, but take that with a grain of salt, and I'll catch you guys next time.